What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. Hope everybody out there had a good week in the market and a good week overall. I actually got some traveling in this week, did something that I enjoy doing, but we are back in the lab, as I call it today, and I took a few trades yesterday while I was traveling. Let you see, this was actually my setup yesterday, trading from the SkyClub in Atlanta as I was waiting on my connection to get me back home. And I snapped this picture. Actually, you can see that I was actually in a trade. If you look at the picture, you'll see my brackets are set. I think this was the first trade that I had got in, and it actually was a red trade. But if you look over at the active trader window, you'll see that I was in the money. Like, I was in the green at the time that I snapped the picture, up a few dollars, but trade ended up coming back, stopping me out, and got back in it, took one more trade, kind of sized up a little bit, and turned out to be a good trade. But yeah, had a good time in the Big Easy. Went down on Bourbon Street, hung out. I missed Mardi Gras by one day. I got there Ash Wednesday, which is when everybody is pretty much packing up. But did snap a picture of, or not a picture, but quick little video of one of the performers. I'm gonna let that little clip play, and then we'll bring up the charts. Yeah, this here was one of the performers down on Bourbon Street. Sounding good on those buckets. Usually you just see him with buckets, but this gentleman had buckets. He had cymbals. He had a nice little setup. So hung out right there listening to him play some good music. But let's go ahead, bring up Trader View real quick, and we will bring up the charts and rock and roll. But like I said, took two trades. Definitely see that I missed some great opportunities to take some trades in my main account on INDO. Watching that thing, it made a major move yesterday. I did get to see part of it while I was sitting on the plane in New Orleans. We had an hour delay in New Orleans, which actually made me miss my connection when I got to Atlanta. And that's why I went inside Sky Club and was able to take these two trades. But first trade, got in that one a little early, and I moved my stop up. Had I not moved the stop up, I think this trade would have been a great trade. And then we could have just added on this trade and increased our profit. But moved my stop up once it got to an area that I thought it was going to roll on, stopped out, and then it kept going. So we'll go ahead, get Thinkorswim pulled up. And I did change the layout a little bit while I was traveling this week. So, or actually yesterday I changed it while I was sitting in the Sky Club. So we have just a 2-minute here, a little 5-minute up top, daily there, and of course the 1 minute there so that I can find my areas on the chart. But I figure this way it makes the 2 minute a little bigger, a little easier to see. But got in the Sky Club, pulled my laptop out, and the SPY is always my go-to. I can look at that one, see if I can find an entry on it and take a trade. So that's what we did, and we took a trade at 1227. Let me get this over here where it needs to be. So 1227, I'm gonna bring this one out a little bit. Let's see where 1227 is at. So we would have been getting in right there on this trade. So we see it had been chopping around in the morning, broke the VWAP, and came up to this area that we had marked on the chart, pulled back, and we got in right here as it was breaking the high of this candle, which meant stop would have been down here. And let's see, when did we get out of that one? We got out at 12:44. So we were getting out on this candle right there as it was pulling back. So like I said, had I not brought my stop up and got out of the trade, we see it never hit the stop down here. And then let's look at what it did. Made a nice move. So based on the picture, we probably was up in here somewhere where we were up $4. And this was one contract, bought one contract here. So we were up $4. We see it came back, retested this area, which here would have been the area where we should have been getting in at, because we're retesting, get in when it breaks that one, and then we could set our stop down here. But like I said, we still would not have stopped out on that one had we left our stop down here. But made a nice move nonetheless. And we lost $18 on this trade here. And let's go ahead, take a look at our last trade. And again, like I said, this one I sized up on. These were weekly contracts. So they were going to expire on the 7th as opposed to the monthlies. And we paid $159 per contract and purchased 4 contracts on these. And here we got in at 1,300. So getting in right there. So on the 2-minute, we would have been getting in as it was breaking the high of that candle. Again, it's testing this area. And we purchased 4 contracts. Would have had a tight stop right below this candle here. And we got out of this one in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And left quite a bit of money on the table doing that. Got out when we saw this red candle forming. Got out at 13:02:07. So pretty much as this was pulling back. People want to bug me this morning. I'll check my phone in a second. But excellent move there. And that trade made us $110. And after those 2 trades, I pretty much said, I'm good. I'm good. Made a nice little, what was that, $94? And let's see, we got in the first trade at 12:30 or 12:27. We were out of that trade at 13:02. So a little over 30 minutes and we were up $94. And again, that's the beauty of options. You can realize some gains very quickly. Same way you can realize some losses fairly quickly, but if you keep your stops tight and you stop out and not let it play out thinking you're gonna be right, then you're good to go. And the reason that I was taking this trade, you don't see it on this chart. If you look over here at the 5-minute, which has the 50 moving average on it, you'll see I was getting out before it got to this 50 moving average, which was going to act as some resistance. And you see that's exactly what it did. It came up to the 50 and then just kind of pushed back over again. So that's why I keep the 50 on my 5-minute, even on my trading setup, so that I know that 50 is going to act as resistance. You might not see nothing else on the chart and you'll wonder why it came up to an area and pushed back or bounced off of it. And could be because you're trading right into that 50 moving average. But those were our 2 trades today. Like I said, I did get a message from Relentless Trader in his Discord that INDO was making a move, and look at what that thing did. Trading down here off of the VWAP at $28, and this thing just grinded up to a high of $50. Grinded up to a high of $50. Let's look at it. We'll look at it all the way from back when the market opened at $22. Look at this thing. Just come and test the VWAP, go up, come back, test the VWAP, and just slowly grind it. This was catching short sellers. People that were going short, now they're having to cover as this thing goes up higher and higher. Came all the way up to 49 on the number. And then it kind of just chopped its way back down. Still finished at $40. So it's still finished up $20 or $18, I guess we'll say, going back to here. Finished up $18. So definitely was a good opportunity for those people that got a chance to trade that one. Like I say, I was just focusing on my small account and didn't get a chance to trade this one. But hope you enjoyed the review. If you hadn't hit that like button, please go ahead, hit the like button. If you are not subbed, please go ahead, think about subscribing. Doesn't cost you a thing. You will get notified if you click that bell every time I do post a new video. And we'll be back at it on Monday. So hope you have a good weekend. Peace.